Hi, this is Wyatt White coming to you from Beadalon. This is a findings form that helps you to make an ear wire, and this particular one is called a right angle because it has a right angle in it. So first I'm going to make the wire a little bit harder. I'm using 22 gauge bare brass wire. That's from the Artistic Wire line. And I'm just going to kind of bend it up here and then straighten it just by rolling this over, placing the wire into here, and then just pulling it through. I'm not pressing really tight on the tool, but just tight enough to be able to pull it through and make it get straightened back up. And what we're doing is we're collapsing the molecules to make the wire harder. And you want harder wire to make ear wires and other findings because they hold their shape better if they have a harder tensile. And you know it's working when it starts heating up and you can start feeling the wire taking on a stiffer feel to it. And you need that so that the wire will hold the shape that you're going to form it into with the findings form. You just want to hold it and wrap it and pull the wire through it and do the same. And it just takes like a minute or two to be able to get the wire to where you can physically feel that it's much harder. Okay, we've got our wire to where we want it. Now, to use the findings form, just have to slip the wire into the starting hole and push it through, and then just bend a little piece back. That gives you something to hold on to with your index finger of your non-dominant hand, and then you're gonna just hold the wire and then turn the findings form so that you can get the wire to go where you want it. So the direction that you wrap the wire around this peg will give you where the loop is going to face. It's going to either face out or face back. You can change that by just bending the wire. We'll show you how to do that as soon as we make one. But I'm going to start by going counterclockwise, and just as you see, I'm just turning this, and you've got to go around 1.5 times to be able to make this upward motion. Then come back around, down, and just make this little bend here. Now we're going to cut the wire here and cut the wire here so that we can get the findings form, excuse me, the form off of the findings form. So here we want to cut with the flush side that's going to leave the piece of wire onto the finding. So I'm going to snip that there. And so that's the flush side, so that'll make a nice flat cut. And then we're going to go back here and we're going to get right at that curve, and we're going to cut it the opposite way. So the opposite way gives a nice flush single line of cut here. And when you use the battery operated bead reamer with the 20 and smaller tip, this will give you a nice rounded end on this 22 gauge wire. So this is 20 gauge and smaller. And to install this, you just put the tip that has this rubberized coating on it, put that into the hasp all the way down, and then squeeze that and push it into the end. This has 2 AA batteries, and you just make that spin. So you're going to hold this with your non-dominant hand, and then you're going to take this and put it right in there, and then just go around and back and forth so that you can cut down that sharp edge and make a nice smooth rounded end of the wire, which is what you want for an earring that's going to go in somebody's ear. And then just feel it to make sure you've got all the sharp edges off. Go around a little bit more. And then feel it, and now we've got it. So this is our ear wire that has the outward pointing loop. You can close it, but I like to leave these open until I'm ready to hang whatever I'm going to hang off of the end. You can also take this one and then bend this a little bit back to have that loop centered. I like to have it either forward or backwards because it makes a different look when you're wearing that particular product. This time I would like to show you how to do the opposite direction. You just put this in the starting hole and bend this down, so you have that. So the first time we went counterclockwise, now we'll go clockwise. So just put this down through here, pull it nice and tight, and spin this around, and you're holding it, and just keep it coming around, then go back and here. So this allows you to have that little bit of a bend there without any problem. Cut here and cut here, and now you have the backward facing loop, which is kind of nice because when you have a backward facing loop, you don't see the loop from the front. With this other one, you are going to see the loop, of course, from the front. So that's the difference there. So we're just going to clip this just like so to have that knife edge there, and then ream this until we get it nice and round. And we've got it nice and round. I'm going to want to trim this just a little bit more because it's going a little bit past where we need it to be. So you can just snip it just like so. And then that can be bent on once you get it. Because of the way the angle is here, you might want to just kind of bend this back just a little bit so that you get more of that right angle. It's a really nice shape, I think, for making an ear wire that doesn't have a lot going on. All right, so there you have the two different types of wires that you can make, one with an outside loop and one with an inside loop. So the only difference there is the direction that you take the wire after you bring it up through the hole and go around the peg. That's how you use the Artistic Wire Findings Form right angle ear wire form.